Y'all know I don't stretch. So if everybody asking why 84 ain't stretching, y'all know I don't stretch. Anybody pay attention to Viking football, 84 don't stretch on game day. I come back. I came out the womb when I was ready. Tell them, mama, you know I was ready. That's why you have it.
This is Jordan, Ryan, and Buddies, the good, the bad, and the uglies. Breaking out the huddle with Adam Thielen, Hustle, DK, Metcalf, Muscle, strong. No more goal line fumble, rumble in the jungle, rumble, young boy, rumble. Fuck being humble. I'm on top of the game, that just my game, that's second to play. All guy protecting my name, talking to Sims to play in the game. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. Shit. Well, I train the brain, just train the pain. Till I'm in the Hall of Fame. Won't stop till I'm in the Hall of Fame. Oh, got some money in my pockets, man. I ain't talking pocket change. You could keep the fucking change.
Is a disgusting act. Is a disgusting act. Is a disgusting.
Bit up on the route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
Is a disgusting act. Is a and it's unfortunate.
All right. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome to Jordan,
Ryan,
Buddies.
Today we got buddy Dustin with us. First time on. I met Dustin. Gosh, how long has it been now, Dustin?
Oh man, we were back in high school, junior year.
So that's junior year. That's 6 years now. That's 6 years now. Yeah. So
this is my first time meeting him. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Got the pleasure to meet Dustin through Buddy Nelson, who met him at who's the SMSU football camp, wasn't it?
Yep.
That you guys had together. Ended up being on the same team. I remember Nelson coming back. He's like, dude, you got to meet this Canadian guy. He's so awesome. I remember him coming down here and meeting him for the first time. And I was like, oh, my God, this guy's sick. And then we went, came to you to Valley City, I think our senior year, and watched you play a game. And that was super sick. And since then, we've had plenty more times. So
it was our last home game, too. I remember because it was on a Saturday. It was like our game to get into playoffs, but we choked.
And then I think we had a big playoff game coming up too, I think. Or we had a big game coming up like that following week, because we might have came down. I think we went down the week of that MEA break, and we drove over to Valley City, and I think we spent like probably 3 or 4 days, came back on Sunday, and then we had to get ready to play in that playoff game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I listened to your guys' game that week on the radio.
God, I wonder what game that was. That the one we lost? Was that the BBE game?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I actually found that the other day.
It wasn't my year.
No, that was my senior year. I found it, and I looked at my dad, and I was like, oh, look at this. And he was like, oh, there's plenty of those. I was like, oh, I should break this one. I thought this one was gone. So, yeah. But that's the story of how I met Dustin. Pleasure to have him on today.
Dustin.
Buddy Dustin. Another one on. Another one down. Another victim of the pod.
It's going to be wild.
Heck yes. So what do you do, man? Well, actually, first off, I asked this earlier. Y'all were in the middle of a conversation. What positions did you play when you were playing football?
When I was playing football, I was a running back, and then I also played nose tackle.
Nice.
I was the smallest nose tackle on the field, dude. We had our D end and our D ends and tackles. They were over 6 foot, and then there's their nose tackle about 5'7", 160 pounds,
barreling his way.
Oh, dude, I just shot gaps. Nobody could touch me. I was just shooting right off the line, just shooting the gap as fast as I could. I ended up doing not too bad with the sacks and tackles for loss. So.
As our coaches would say, muck up them holes.
Yep.
Well,
and you went on to play a little bit longer, too. You went to play for what is it? VCU, Valley City University, and then some amateur
Valley
too.
City State.
Valley City State. There you go. There you
Shout
go.
out Valley City State. If any of y'all watching, subscribe right now.
They're the Vikings too, by the way, Roush. Same
Yeah.
logo.
Hey, how about this? Boom, boom. We're bringing it back. Old school
North Stars. Oh,
baby.
man.
Even though I don't really watch hockey at all, so I'm really posing right now. But
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're about to get DirecTV here, and I'm going to start watching the Wild, even though they've been postponed for the last, or will be for the next 14 days or whatever it is. So we'll see. Get the Wild back, and we'll see.
I don't know. I'm not a Wild fan. I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan, so I'm kind of rooting for the home team. You got to root for the home team.
I suppose you're Canadian. You're Canadian.
Yeah, that's my province.
It's the province. The province. Y'all got provinces. That's pretty sweet. States pretty
Not a lot of them, but
we got some.
So
Well,
Super Bowl just happened. You guys watched it? We didn't watch it. I know I didn't watch it with Jordan, which is kind of weird. But did you watch it down there, Dustin?
I had to work actually, so I wasn't able to watch too much. I kind of caught the last 4 minutes and the streaker.
Yes.
I was kind of a little upset that they didn't end up showing him. I kind of wanted to see him just get sidetracked.
Yeah, I didn't see. I was mad.
What?
I was mad that they didn't show them tackling that dude that came on the field.
Oh yeah, I love the videos like on Instagram and all of that. But again, this Super Bowl in general lined up to be a pretty good matchup with the quarterbacks. Going 2-2 into it. Pretty legendary performance, if you ask me.
There was no doubt in my mind that old Tom Brady had it in him. Oh.
Now, Mr. Brady, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. You're the greatest to ever do it. Hands down the best. Last night was the greatest performance that I've seen. Crushed one of the best football teams I've seen.
Yeah, I wish I could hold one of those.
Tom Brady, baby. That is number 7 and his 5th Super Bowl MVP.
I think he's going to win fucking 10 of them.
He could. It's very possible if he keeps playing like that.
And
Just
go for it.
I think it's just crazy, like the age of Brady and like how long he's been with the NFL. Like even Favre couldn't even do what he's doing now.
Right.
No, not for that long. It's extremely tough to play this game. Like even Kirk Cousins, when he was doing his podcast here in Minnesota, like he said, it's like you're getting hit by a bus every week, or it's like getting in a minor car accident every single week. It's just silly.
Yeah.
It's silly that he's able to do it. They say that he does a lot of that plyometrics or whatever, and that's supposedly what keeps him so young.
Plyometric.
That's like the working with the bands and all that. Maybe Dustin can explain a little more than I can, but it's a lot more like stretching and working with the bands and not actually lifting like weights.
So a lot of it is actually footwork, whereas a lot of jumping, repeated up and down, like trying to get your feet off the ground as quickly as possible, as well as it works with agility, footwork, and speed. So it's just a great tool for any athlete.
Yeah, and I would assume it's not as hard on your joints and everything else, and it's what's made him. I thought they said something that it's lengthened out his muscles and it's made him be able to play longer and things like that. So
helps a lot with explosiveness.
Yep. So not that he's the most explosive guy out there anymore, but
dude, you're 40-some years old. You need all the explosiveness you can get.
43, dropping darts. Another thing from the Super Bowl that I wanted to touch on here. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up.
He was
here.
throwing darts out there, like.
So modern day Michael Jackson And I say that as a compliment, modern day Michael Jackson. The weekend had the Super Bowl halftime show. I thought it was pretty good. A lot of people said they hated it. They hated this part specifically.
That's why
This was not. They did not like this. They were like, "What's with this?" I actually personally liked it. If you know the story of the weekend, you kind of understand it and know why they did that. I actually thought it was pretty cool. They had the whole field, and he did all of that like with his own money, like that room that he went into, all of that stuff. He did all of this with his own money. I don't think he made as much money. Like I don't know. It's something goofy with doing the Super Bowl. You don't get as much money or something like that. I thought I heard, but
I did see a funny meme about it though. It said that this is the reason why we were on a shortage for toilet paper on the COVID-19. Because all of them were wrapped. I thought that was pretty good. Hey,
very well could have been. Very well could have been. Because then they used another meme of him too. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. Him going into like this, it's almost like a mirror room. And then it's like, oh, when you're drunk, because his eyes were wide open and it's just all blurry. It's crazy. Because it looked like he was literally had a phone in front of his face and was following him around. So
yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. I liked the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's funny you said that he's the new Michael Jackson, because I've been saying that since the first time I ever heard
yeah. It's great music.
it.
It's great. So trying to think, is there anything else to touch on the Super Bowl? Any other topics? I don't think I have too much else on the Super Bowl. 31-9. Brady does it again.
Who did you think was gonna win, Dustin?
So I honestly thought Brady was gonna win. Granted, I mean, I feel like the whole NFL wanted Brady to win.
I agree with that, dude. Oh my God. As much as I love Tom Brady, even when
Brady.
when we played Tom Brady, the Vikings, oh my God, they wanted him to win that game so bad. We should have won.
That's just the classic Minnesota Vikings way to play a football game.
No, it was not, dude. Do you remember? There was 1 second right before they scored the touchdown after the stupid pass interference, which shouldn't have happened. But there was a second that hovered. I don't know how a second hovers, but it was like 3 seconds. It was 0. And then all of a sudden
it hovered, it like time stopped. Yeah, I do remember watching that. It was like, what?
Unbelievable.
Well, Roush, I know you kind of heard of it. Barstool Sports this weekend had a fight. Dustin, did you hear about that?
Rough and Rowdy. Oh, yeah.
Rough and Rowdy. Jose Canseco fought Billy Football. Was an absolute dud of a fight. Jose Canseco is a bitch. He is a coward. Oh my God! Even if he took a dive, I don't care. Billy Football won the fight. It was easy. But they said that Jose Canseco showed up and it was $1 million. So he got paid $1 million to go out there and get his ass beat.
He could have got $2 million if he won.
So yeah, there's that. The same night you also watched bare knuckle boxing. That is insane.
Awesome.
That is a sport that I'm sure Dana White will be trying to get. That was crazy.
Have you ever heard of that, Dustin?
No, I haven't. So, I mean, if you guys wanted to touch on that, I'd be more than willing to hear about it. This sounds interesting as hell.
Well, there was Chris Lieben. He used to fight in the UFC. He fought a guy, and I mean, every punch is just so like there's no gloves. I mean, every hit you're cut up. You're like this is fighting. Those guys are fighting.
The ring is round. It's a round ring. So it's
shit. By the way you guys are talking about it, I imagine it being in the street.
Oh, basically, Chris Lieben, like the guy he fought, like his whole face was just like cut up, banged up, everybody crushed. That's nuts. I would never do that as long as I live, ever. Fighting in general is really insane to me, but I like watching it. And speaking on that, since my boy Conor McGregor lost a few weeks ago, I don't know if we had touched on that yet, but
boo.
But I said I was done with the UFC, and then I actually ended up just watching only one fight the other night on the UFC Fight Night, actually on Saturday. Overeem versus Alexander Volkov. Alexander Volkov calls himself Drago from the Rocky movie, so I thought that was super cool. And he fights out of Moscow, Russia. And he absolutely beat Alistair Overeem, who I thought was going to crush him. If you don't know who Alistair Overeem is, he's the guy who beat Brock Lesnar when he returned again and pretty much retired Brock Lesnar. So there's that. So it was awesome to watch Overeem lose. And then there is the...
You're muted there, bud. Oh. Yeah. What?
There's a reason for being muted. This happened. This happened in the UFC Fight Night the other night. The guy giving the knee is Cody Sandhagen. The guy receiving it is Frankie Edgar. Oh, my God. Unreal fight. The bantamweight division in the UFC right now is crazy. I will try to find a link to that and leave it for you guys to go watch that fight because that was crazy. I've never seen anything quite like that before.
I miss that. But back on the Barstool thing, besides that last fight, all of those fights are pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. Like it was just a bunch of regular guys.
I thoroughly enjoyed the little people.
Oh yeah, the midgets. That was stupid.
That was awesome.
I think it's hilarious though, like with the Barstool Rough and Rowdy, that you can't to register for it. You can't have any fighting experience. Like it's just dudes just getting in there and just throwing
get in,
down.
show up, and show out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then the big guys who fought like the 400-pounders. Oh God,
those dudes were awesome to watch too. They just get gassed after 30 seconds.
Yeah, just
oh my God,
crazy. What's going on out there?
Don't worry about me. I'm good out here. Don't worry.
All right.
And
there's very little Vikings news right now. I don't think they're going to sign Deshaun Watson. They did find out who's going to be the OC. Clint Kubiak is going to replace his dad and be the OC in Minnesota. So that's fixed.
So what are you? There's no Canadian football team, is there?
There's actually the CFL.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yeah, it's a lot different. So
actually, a guy that I know, Zylstra, he played in the CFL for a couple years. He was the top receiver there for Edmonton one year.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
There's a few that I know. The Saskatchewan, they had a guy from North Dakota's UND, and I think he was from Bismarck. He was a UND standout. He ended up going to Saskatchewan Roughriders, and then I think he was trying to get on with the Broncos, but that didn't go over well. And then Ryan Smith from NDSU, he's actually one of the standouts for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and he went to NDSU, I think is a.
Okay. All right. So are you still playing now, or did you finally retire?
After my little debut in semi-pro, I decided to hang him up after I tore my labrum in my last game. It was actually at the U.S. Bank.
At the bank?
Yeah. So they do like this pigskin classic type deal. And then, it's like a big old tournament almost. And it's just like a day of football. And they have all these different kinds of games. And we got to actually play in it. And my last drive was a 10-yard rush. Safety came down, and I just lowered my shoulder, just trying to barrel through him, and he ended up tearing my labrum.
Oh God, that had to have been fun. That's why I never played again. I couldn't do it. There's a few people who asked me to play amateur, and I was like, I'm getting too old to do this stuff.
It was funny because my one of our relatives, we were at a funeral, and he kind of approached me about playing, and I was like, why not? One more year, just see how it goes, and then I end up tearing my labrum.
I still got it.
No
I'm sorry about
regrets.
playing again.
I want to play softball. I miss baseball. I want to join the softball.
Yeah, that's something we're talking about. Since you brought that up, I'll talk about it real quick. Anyone who wants to be on a softball team, legit softball team this summer, Wilmer, Cosmos, wherever they have a league, anyone who has info about it, let us know. We want to get a team together. We want to play like once or twice a week, but we need people who want to show up. We need a league. Let us know.
I am in that.
In there like swimwear,
Yeah, for sure. So Dustin, if you want to move to Minnesota, you're more than welcome.
I feel like I can make the road trip every once a week.
Yeah, might as well.
It's twice a week, actually.
So you're not actually in Valley City anymore. You're in Wisconsin now, correct? What are you doing there?
Yep. So I moved to West Bend, Wisconsin to take up a position as a personal trainer and nutrition coach at a local gym here. So I've been doing that, and then I also work part time at a bar just to meet people and everything. So now I'm never worked as a fry cook before, but now I'm in the back just whipping it,
Like following in Nelson's footsteps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As what? Your nutrition coach, and you be serving everybody fries.
It's a little bit of an oxymoron.
When I first started, so like my manager is pretty funny. She's like, you got to put a little more mayo on there. I'm looking at all the stuff that we have that's on the line, and I'm like, man, none of this is good for anybody. So I'm putting teaspoons of mayonnaise on like burgers and all my wraps and stuff. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, take a scoop. Like, people come to a bar, they're not here for nutrition. They're here to eat.
Yeah, for sure.
So had to get used to that, like the portioning of everything, but
soul food.
Yeah.
That's what bar food is.
I need to start eating right again because I've gotten to be a thick boy.
Could definitely help you out with that.
All right, send me the plan. We'll put your info up if anybody needs a plan. Hit up our boy Dustin here.
Actually, me and a buddy actually starting a online personal training. We're calling it the SR Project.
Hey, share us the link. You got a link? You got something? Share it. We'll put it up. We'll give you.
Well, we're getting the logistics. Right now we're trying to figure out like pricing, how much we want to like charge a month, which we want to make it inexpensive. So like we want to make it affordable for anybody and everything. And honestly, it's we send you about a week. Or depending on how you want to do it, we can do weekly workouts or monthly workouts. And then we also video time you once a week. We have a meeting, and we kind of go over like how your week went, like what kind of, we try to do it a little differently. Like we want to help you guys create healthy habits, as well as like putting you in a different mindset as well as where you want to be, and
because otherwise
more of like a personal. Pardon?
You can just try to grind it out for a little bit and like fucking try to like not eat and do all this bullshit, but then like you still haven't developed good fucking ways to keep that shit off because you just prepared for the losing the weight or whatever it is for that moment. But then once you lose it, you're fucking just stuffing your face and you're back to fucking.
You're back.
That's why diets. I hate diets, dude. I don't like diets. I don't like diet plans because once you're done with the diet, what do? You go straight back to what you were doing before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
sure.
we look to do accountability. So that's why we're doing the weekly FaceTime calls. We're trying to figure out like what you're eating, how much you're eating, all that kind of stuff, and then we give you recommendations to try and help you. We try and get you to start tracking what you eat, so you kind of actually look at how many calories you're taking in. And then it also, with the app that we tell you to use, it kind of goes down into macros where it's fat, carbs, and protein. And it also shows you like how much you're taking in, like your daily consumption. If you're tracking it, everything that you're taking in, it shows everything.
And that's nice because it gets fucking, like, if you have something that can do that, like what you guys are trying to create, makes it easy for like fucking me to fuck. It's already there to figure that shit out for me rather than me trying to fucking figure it out. Right?
Yeah, you just got to find a software developer that will be able to push that out for you.
Right.
Basically.
And then instead of like having you download all these different apps, like you can just download one, and then everything is there for you.
Hell yeah. That's cool. I like that. Well, when you guys get that fucking launched, let us know.
Oh yeah, we're right now we're in the works of creating a Instagram. So we have a couple testimonies. I've actually helped my own cousin from Canada. So I've been doing that with him.
Couple Canadians out there just
and his transformation honestly is astounding. He actually quit boozing, he quit smoking, like all the kind of bad habits, and now he's doing really well. He's lost about 30 pounds in roughly a month or two. I can't remember quite when we started, but he's gone from a pretty big boy to a very slim boy. His transformation pictures are pretty insane. I bet I could actually throw one up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've been fluctuating, and it's exactly what we were talking about. Like I would fucking like try to diet or whatever and do all this, whatever, and then I'll fucking get right back into eating everything in sight. So
yeah, and that's why I don't like diets, because as soon as you're done, you're just going back. That's where
eating motherfucking hot Cheetos, eating the fucking
whatever you want to eat. That's the problem for me. I said I was doing it in stages: 20 pounds, phase 1, 20 pounds, phase 2, 20 pounds, phase 3, and I'll be where I want to be. So.
Yeah, and that's where we come in for the accountability, and we make sure that you're still doing everything that you're supposed to, looking at watching your calories, making sure that you're taking in what you like. It all turns into habits.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we're trying to express, is the healthier the habits, the more they're easy to keep up with. I've actually wrote a blog on healthy habits and how you can turn unhealthy habits into healthy habits, and why the importance of actually having habits is so important. Like just with changing up daily, like it even goes down to like some people don't even brush their teeth every day, right? Like you should be brushing your teeth every day.
right.
And so we try and help that.
What happened to your picture there, buddy? I don't see your face.
Know.
I see your.
Did you hit stop video?
I don't think so. I was trying to pull up. My buddy. Oh yeah, maybe I did.
Hey, there he is. Hey.
Now he's back.
Yeah. Well, send us a picture of that or a link to the vlog. Let the people know.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can get the blog tied up and put that up for you too. We can share that on the pod Facebook page and anywhere else on Twitter and all that.
Yeah, sure. I'll send you guys a bunch of our information as soon as we get the Instagram lot all pulled up and everything. I'll send that to you guys. I'll send the blog to you guys and anything that I can help with you guys. Like,
So we're
let's get
hey,
after it.
helps us, helps you, helps us all. That's all we're trying to
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
we're gonna have to get you a shirt.
do. Yes.
Have to
There
get
you
you in
go.
one of these.
Give me a
Send
little
that to
merch.
Canada. Actually, you're in Wisconsin. I fucking
Yep.
hate Wisconsin, by the way.
It was a choice. It was a choice. For sure, it was a choice.
It's funny because a lot of people will ask me if like I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and I'm like, no, actually, I'm a Chicago. No, I'm not even a Vikings fan. I'm a Chicago fan.
Oh.
Unreal.
All right. Well, the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, I know. How
There's
you
not a
feel.
chance.
My grandpa really liked the Bears, so I guess I can't hate too much. But whenever they play the Vikings, fuck the Bears.
Yeah.
I understand. It's a love-hate relationship with the Bears. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know. What else you got over there on the agenda there, boss?
That was it. There's not too much going on. The Twins are still a few months away from starting.
We've been making some moves there. I've been happy with what we've been doing. We got old boy back, Nelson Cruz.
Yeah. Oh, there was some beef. I shared that on my personal Facebook this week between Rosario and Miguel Sano. Eddie Rosario came out and said something. He's like, oh, if a guy who hits the ball at 110 exit velocity but strikes out like a shit ton, and there's a guy who hits the ball at 90 miles an hour exit velocity but gets a hit like most of the time, isn't he better? And Miguel Sano thought he was taking shots at him.
Well,
So
she
Miguel
was.
Sano,
That's definitely shout out Sano.
but then they made up. You'll have to find the article. I'll share it on Jordan Ryan and Buddies too. It was very interesting, but at the end they made up and they were like, hey, we're homeboys, like been homeboys forever.
We love you, man.
Misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. So
I love Rosario. I'm sad to see him gone.
yeah.
But we've
Sucks.
got a lot of young talent coming up, and we're looking to be pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna need some more pitching, but
we've got we've got a solid lineup.
Solid lineup, but it's gonna take pitching to win a World Series.
Our starting rotation is fucking elite.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Jose Barrios didn't pitch so well, so he's like a 3 or 4 in most lineups. He's a 3 or 4 in most pitching rotations.
That is trash.
But we'll see.
Hold on. I gotta look this up. Starting rotation.
They're not going to have up our starting rotation for this year yet, but
I
think Odorizzi's gone.
Hold on, we got Kenta coming back.
Yeah, Kenta will be opening day, I'm sure.
Yep, we got what do we got?
We'll probably start Jay.
We got Barrios. We got Michael Pineda.
Maybe.
Yeah, what do you mean maybe? He's there.
I mean, yeah, he's there. I just hope he has a good year.
He's good every time.
Yeah, we'll see how some of these other signings go. I'm happy with that Colome or however you say it.
Yeah.
He'll be good. Shortstop, that guy they got, I think he'll be pretty good. I just haven't had enough time to look into everything's Twins related. We'll get there once they start playing.
J.A. Happ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 42 or 30. I mean, he's another old pitcher of this classic Twins.
It don't matter. It's gonna win games.
But yeah, I think with that, that's all I got for now. Unless any of you guys got anything else.
All I gotta say is subscribe now. We still got shirts on sale. Hit us up.
Yep, shirts for sure. Get a hold of us. Let us know. We got plenty of them. Still, they're pretty awesome if you haven't seen them. So get you one. Again, thank you, Dustin, for being on this one. This was another good one, man.
Thanks a lot for having me. I love what you guys are doing, and I'm all about it. I listen quite frequently, so
yeah,
that's good.
We appreciate that.
Appreciate the listens.
Gotta help out my boys.
Hell yeah.
Me and Roush will maybe have to do the Dustin Lindgren workout plan and see who gets to the top first.
I have a workout that would last about. I think me and my buddy, we did it in about 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Nice. That's getting after it.
That's getting after it.
And it's a mean chest workout.
I just worked the old chest today, baby. Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, it'll touch on about everything.
All right. Yeah. Well, you send that shit over. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Zoom call the way that we did it. I'm actually super excited to see what you guys think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. I'm glad to be the first one on the Zoom.
You're our first.
This is cool.
Making history.
Making history. First one, opening doors, kicking down doors.
JR, baby.
Breaking necks, cashing checks.
Yep. All right, guys. Peace. Till next time.
Peace.
Later.